And me acting out, regulating on records, go supply some more in G's for this bank account. I ain't a pussy, but this pussy lip nigga with an appetite for pussy lips was made to win. Jaden Smith, no disrespect, I love to see how Jada kiss. My mama birthed a diamond in the borough, Biggie grave is in. New York is my new jam sport, I'm sure that they know my shoulders was made for this.
True MC. We got a true MC right here. Sway in the morning, Shade 45, true MC. It's a day of reckoning, ladies and gentlemen. The game will never be the same. It's a new era being ushered in right now today. It's a storm coming, DB. Callers have already called in. I want to say it was 4 years ago, Heather B., 2015, when we decided that it's only right that we give the voiceless a chance to be heard. Mm-hmm. It's only right that we give those who are never recognized a chance to be seen. We brought in this guy off the streets. Rich Nice brought him by. Opportunity arose where he was able to fill in a spot that somebody else neglected.
Oh.
And from that moment on, I said, hey, you got bars, then come and show and prove. And that was the freestyle that he kicked that day 4 years ago. And since then, he's had so many accolades in his journey. Mm-hmm. He's done so much to get to this point, from mixtapes to performances. We'll talk about them all. And today, it's a celebration. We're on the eve of the release of his debut album. Having a debut album is the equivalent to somebody going 4 years and walking that stage and getting that degree, right? Somebody who's going through the playoffs and played numerous amounts of times, but actually winning the championship.
It's your first baby.
It's your firstborn.
It's your firstborn.
I've experienced having a firstborn as a child, and then also experienced a firstborn as a project. Mm-hmm. My firstborn was called Concrete Jungle with my partner DJ King Tech, and as a debut album, we did EPs prior to that. Your firstborn.
Taking mine.
Mm-hmm. And his firstborn is called
Godfrey. Man.
Welcome Oswin Benjamin to the
show.
Oswin Benjamin. This is crazy. Yo, I've like watched you give other people introductions. This shit is great. That I gotta take a shit.
Come
real
on,
talk.
bro.
Nah, this shit crazy. This shit is real. My stomach hurt.
Where the water at for
this?
I got it.
You're important. And I'm gonna tell you why too. In my opinion, why you're important. You first of all, your story is different from most stories we hear of rappers who are coming through by way of hip hop. Mm-hmm. It's usually one thing or the other, and it's always this hardcore street story, which is we've all kind of experienced it because a lot of us lived in disenfranchised, marginalized neighborhoods, so we can relate to, and it's relatable to some extent. And then the shit gets horrific and fantastical, and people start writing and writing fiction to their story. Not only that, I think in the recent years, it's just been dismissed how important skill level is when it comes to this culture. Not just with dancers, not just with DJs, not just with fashion, but with MCs as well. It's important to have skill level. People are telling us it's not important because it's easy to do when you don't have skill level, and anybody get into the realm and call themselves a rapper. Thirdly, your messaging. Heather, you put it really well about Oswin Benjamin. What did you say? How did you
Righteous ratchetness.
Righteous righteousness.
Righteousness.
Yeah.
That's a good balance.
It is a great balance.
Let's talk about that journey though. I didn't know a lot about Oswin until in recent years. I didn't know the kind of family you grew up with. Mm-hmm. Talk about where did you grow up?
I was born in Brooklyn. To a Guyanese father and a British mother, and then we moved to Newburgh, where I was raised at. That's upstate. Shout out to 845.
Hey.
And it was real different. Like I didn't get hip to rap till later on, probably college. Like we wasn't even allowed to listen to rap music in the crib.
Why not?
My mom ain't understand it, so it was like. It was weird. It was a lot of Kirk Franklin, a lot of Fred Hammond, a lot of Yolanda Adams. Like the first CD I got that was quote unquote secular was John Legend, Get Lifted, and I remember having to listen to that in my room with the stereo turned all the way down You know what I mean? Like, so my mom wouldn't come in and hear it. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy going on.
Your mom thought John Legend made devil music?
Not in so many words. I don't even know if she knew who John Legend was, but if it wasn't Praise Jesus,
right, then
it was a dub. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't hear like a lot of rap albums I didn't hear until I got to college.
Wow.
A lot of them.
So you grew up in a strict household.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah,
for sure.
How many siblings you got?
2. I got an older brother. Shout out to Joel. My little sister Tish. I love both of y'all. You know what I mean? And they could attest too. They could attest to the whole thing. Like, it wasn't rough growing up. Like, it wasn't like my parents wasn't strict in the sense like you couldn't do what you wanted to do, but it's like scriptures in the Bible, like, yo, like, raise up your kids in the way of the Lord and they won't stray, or something along that line. So it's like, we got to make sure that you got these principles instilled in you, because when you get out there and we can't talk to you every day, you need something that's going to keep you grounded. And they just went about that the best way that they knew how to.
Oswin Benjamin.
So when did your mom first hear you rap?
I think it was probably like, I think I was out of college. I was in the basement, and one of my good friends, Tyler Busher, we was recording crazy, and I did a Dead President freestyle.
Wow. And
I was recording in the basement, and she heard me say nigga, and she came downstairs, and it was like, yo, you recorded Sway, Heather B, you done recorded before. Yeah. Like, you know when you got the perfect take, like, oh, this is the one right here.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm there, and I'm going crazy. I said that nigga from my gut. She came downstairs, opened the door while I'm recording. Like, we didn't have a booth, so I was holding the mic in my hand. We had a polo sock over it for a pop filter, like, and I'm going crazy. She just came in and was like, I know you ain't say nigga just now, did you? While I'm recording.
Oh shit, that's on the tape?
You know what I mean? Like, I know you ain't saying, and then like Tyler had his headphones on. He had to stop the joint. I was like, yo, mom, you serious? She was like, you're not saying nigga in my crib, bro. It's a dub. So I packed up everything, and at the time I was working at a store called All Saints in Woodbury Commons, and they were super supportive, like the whole like management team. Shout out to Mike and Marty Faye, and you know what I mean? Like, everybody that was there, they would let me record in the break room. So I took all of the equipment, speakers and all that, took it to my job at the time, recorded the rest of the joint in the break room. They put a sign up like, Oswin's recording, you gotta go eat in the you gotta go eat in the food court. So it's like I had that whole, like, the break room ended up turning into the studio. Like, it was crazy.
Wow. Who was at this time? Who were the artists that were on the rise?
The people I was listening to at that time, it was a lot of Kendrick, like early Kendrick. The OD. I was listening to like a lot of Lupe. Like, I don't like. That's what I was listening to at that time. It was just like, yo, these dudes is really pushing the envelope as far as what they're talking about. And the thing that got me, especially with Lupe, it was just like, yo, he made it cool for me to speak about like things that I would think about without having a life experiences. You know what I mean? Like, he got a Grammy off of a song about a walking project building. So it's just like, yo, that's crazy. I could really talk about whatever. I don't have to be the nigga that's shooting people or the person that's robbing people. It's just like, yo, he got a Grammy off of making a song off a walking project building. That's crazy. So I was like, those were the people I was being influenced by. A lot of Black Star. You know what I mean? Like, Jay Electronica, crazy. A lot of Hove, like early Nas. Like, that's the people that I was listening to at that time. You know what I mean?
But the landscape of the music, of the sound, was changing at that time too, because then you had other groups like the Migos, Future, that whole sound, Thugger, all that whole sound start coming in at the same time as well, became prominent, became dominant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it's the streaming platforms or on radio, but you weren't making that kind of music on purpose?
On purpose, for sure. Okay. I think I found out a cheat code earlier on, and it was like, yo, nobody could tell my story better than me. So I don't have to act convicted when I'm rapping it. I don't have to act convicted when I'm on stage. Like, this is my story, and this is what I lived. And because you may not relate to it, I know there's a million people somewhere else that's gonna get what I'm saying. If I don't talk about it, who's gonna talk about it? Like, I grew up with people that, you know what I'm saying, like grew up in the church and they couldn't voice how they was feeling, that frustration of being a church kid but still trying to fit in, or, you know what I mean, like, or being looked down at because your mom couldn't let you go to the movies because you had to go to prayer meeting on Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole demographic of people that wasn't being spoken for, and it wasn't like, well, I'm gonna be the sacrificial lamb. It was like, yo, that's my story. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and automatically I'm at an advantage because I'm really giving y'all me, and y'all gonna feel that. I feel like vibrations and energy and all of that other stuff, like, that's real. Like, when you on stage and people is rapping and they not telling their story, you could feel it. Just like, yo, you lying, bro. You know, you not. That's not you.
That's not you.
You know what I mean?
You're saying that.
Real
because
talk.
it's always been interesting to me when we'll have some artists come up here and they'll say, I just want to make music for everybody. You know, a lot of times I'll ask, like, who is this for? And I'm like, if you're making for everybody, then you become a contortionist because you just bend yourself in whatever way to fit someone else's image versus just being truthful to you. Sure. And then that opens up a road for those who it resonates with to find the right ones. So you don't always have to feel pressured to transform yourself.
Oh, yeah.
But did you get pressure from people around you that said, man, you gotta make these bars harder?
It was more so like, you know, you got to kind of make music that sounds like what's going on. And then, like, it made me think, like, you look at, you know, your Kanye West and your Jay-Z's and all of these, I'm going to call them pioneers that had their own sound that wasn't accepted until people got hip to it. So it's just like, bro, if they believed in themselves enough to be themselves and push the envelope no matter what the narrative was, why can't I do that too? You know what I mean? Like, yo, Oz, you got to make a song more catchy. Okay, if you don't mess with it, then it's just not for you. It'll probably be for your brother. It'll probably be for your girl. It'll probably be for your sister. Like, if you're not messing with me, then it's cool. You'll double back around later, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll catch on whenever you catch on to. Like, that's an unnecessary pressure. And especially as a creative, like, we spend so much time making things, and we pull from such a deep place. If you start being concerned with who's going to feel what, you're not creating from you anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that would, like, I think that's a line that all creatives walk. Like, yo, I really want to make music. I want to talk about how I'm feeling. They're not going to get it, though. They're not going to understand where I'm coming from with this. And then you end up not talking from you no more. And I was like, I've been in that place. I was like, I'm not being in that place no more. Oz, you need to do this. All right, cool, my nigga. Then listen to that nigga that does that. I'm doing this. If you don't fuck with it, it's cool.
Oswin Benjamin, the debut album, Godfrey, is 12 midnight, but you can pre-order it right now. Listening to you talk about your growth and your evolution. Fortunately, we've been, able to watch it, probably tighter than most folks have. And even now, I'm learning about you. Is there a song? We played a few songs off the project early, man. I had to go ahead and let off. But just listening to your story, I know the whole album encompasses this story, but is there a particular song that kind of tells that story in a way that you like, this covered a piece of a story? What song would it be?
I think... Yeah, I have to look at the list.
Here you go, bro. Hang on. Okay, which one you want, man?
Right, hold the physical.
The other way. You don't even
I'm gonna look at the paper.
Okay, look at the paper. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe
it's weird to look at his first album.
Yes, it's like
it's your album, dog.
I think all of these they hold a special place. I think Pressure, that record, I cried when I was making that because I was just really in a real place, and really just like that whole thing, like, yo, like, you consumers don't know the strain that weighs on a creative's brain. Like our job is to really make something out of nothing. And I've watched people complain about like jobs that they wake up and go to. You get a check every 2 weeks and you complain, and you're not pushing yourself to change the situation. Like, yo, I'm relying on this to pay bills, and sometimes it's a drought. And I'm watching you complain, and you got things in front, like you getting a check, and you're you know what I'm saying, you're maneuvering and doing what you got to do, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, for us, like, I got to pull for myself. Sometimes it take 3-4 hours, 3-4 days, 3-4 months to make a song that I make from me to give to the world, for them to consume it in 3 minutes and say, where's the next one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, it's the same thing with like the culinary arts. Like you got chefs and cooks, they'll marinate a steak overnight to serve it to somebody for them to consume it in 3-4 minutes and be like, yo, you got anything else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So from a create, like I think that's the place I was writing from on Pressure. Like, yo, it's a lot. It's a lot to just, you know what I'm saying? I got to give myself all the time in a world where people consume things so quick.
888-742-3345. You want to talk with Oswin Benjamin, give us a call. This one is Pressure. Godfrey. Sway the Morning Shade 45. Brand new song called Pressure off the Godfrey album. I want to talk about your sound momentarily, but we got people on the line. The Godfrey album is pre-orderable right now.
Right now.
Go online, and this is an artist that most of you first heard on this show. Most of the world first heard on this show. I remember when he came up here, and if it ain't clicking to you, citizens, there was a time that Shia LaBeouf came up on our show. Okay, now this thing got damn near 8 million views, but that's just on, I don't know how many people ripped it off and got millions of views on top of that. And at the end of Shia LaBeouf went viral. Everybody talked about it. Shout out to Shia LaBeouf too, by the way. You remember this, Heather? He was a hyena up in here. But we asked Oswin, man, why don't you come up here? Shia LaBeouf is going to rap and jump on the tail end of that, because whatever views he's going to get, you're going to get.
Yeah.
My only thing is you better make sure you come as hard as he did, because you don't want Shia LaBeouf to be out rapping.
I'd have been tired.
Yeah, and if y'all don't remember that, this is how it all went down.
Cut from steel, boys real, iron is tough. I kill the 5 fingers, Sway, 5 ain't enough. Nah, but 10 might do. Hip-hop used to be fertile, now it's Timbuktu. Where the spitters go? Garbage litter shit they wrote. Miss me with that little boat, cause bigger individuals committed to these principles is living on their tippy toes, sinking with the hippies' hope, consider them the misanthropes.
Check.
He got a verse, let's go. Here's
My
Oswin.
worst first verse is emerging, rehearsing these written verses, versing versatile original niggas spitting what hurts them, like they special persons working on corners, living worthless and purposely selling, working, reversing life in the hearse. In the evening, speaking deacon, that's appealing to the church. Just another preaching heathen that's receiving on the first, it gets worse.
Oswin Benjamin. There it is, man. Shia LaBeouf, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Yo, what kind of reaction did you get from that?
Yo, that was crazy. Like, after it aired, they was just like, yo, Oz, you aired that. When they see me there, it was just like, yo, Oz might get body because Shia was going crazy.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
He was going crazy. And I was like, I remember being in the corner because I was like, I knew he rapped, you know what I'm saying? Like, I saw holes and, you know what I'm saying? And I was in the corner like, yo, what verse I'm gonna use? Because he's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Yo, like, I was stuck. I was like, yo, like, I can't take my phone out. So I just gotta go. You know what I mean? Like, I was going in my brain and I found one. I was like, oh, this is a gem. This one is gonna have to be it. And I was like, I'm glad I picked that one. Cause that, like, it was you know what I'm saying? The response was crazy. It was a lot of love. It was a lot of love from a lot of different people. Me and Charlotte kept in contact for a little bit after that too.
Yeah.
Like, good dude. But that was a moment.
Shout out to Shia LaBeouf too, because y'all did keep contact. Yeah. And Shia was like, "Yo, Sway, I'll direct his video. Just tell me when. Tell me when."
Yeah.
Now's the time.
Hey, Shia, look, I'm looking for you, dog, because we got to get that done.
All right. Oswin Benjamin's here. E from New Jersey. Good morning, man. Say hello to Oswin.
What up, E?
What's on, y'all?
What's up, man? Come on, E. What's up?
What's poppin'?
First and foremost, this morning was the first time I ever heard of this brother's name. And I heard it on y'all show. And when y'all played Pressure, I was in the middle of going through a military gate, and I'm crying.
That's crazy.
It was so emotional. It hit me on a spiritual level from that point till 10 minutes before I got on. I'm still listening to this guy. He's become my favorite rapper over the morning.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
I ain't feel this feeling since The Cool and Section 80.
Whoa.
Yo,
So
E.
when he brought up the Lupe, I understand it. That man, you a spiritual rapper. That was deep.
Yo, E. Bro, I appreciate you, son. Like, real talk, thank you for that. That hit me different, bro. E, I appreciate you, son. Thank you so much for that, bro.
No, I appreciate you, man. That man, I'm still shaking. Like, I'm over here in my room shaking. Like, yo, this means
is gonna be a GOAT. Heather B, Sway, the way they pushing you, yo, your ceiling is endless, bro.
God, man. Thank God, bro. God be the glory, bro. Thank you so much, man.
You a citizen, man.
Sway in the morning.
Shit.
Woo,
Wow,
Section
Jersey,
80
man.
in the cool.
Man, that's a big.
Those two my favorite joints.
Damn.
Let's go to Detroit. Fouché is on the line. What,
What
up,
up,
Fouché? Fouché, what up?
Fouché.
Fouché? Is it Fouché? Fucha? Fu? Oh, okay.
Fuba?
No. All right.
Hey, fool.
Link, what up? Link's on
Hey,
the line.
Link.
Link, what up?
Yo, what up?
Link, what's the word?
Yo, it's crazy, Oswin. I mean, first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Sway for even getting you. I don't jump on, rappers D's as soon as they come out. I give them time,
Word. I respect it.
And that's what I did with you. And I'm glad, Sway, for real, you got this one,
Yeah.
And this whole time, I didn't even know you from Newburgh because I'm from around the area too,
Okay. What
So
part?
when you spoke about it today, right there, Highland Falls, man, right across the mountain. Right next to Bear Mountain. So that's crazy, though. But now I'm slowly grasping, like just the guy spoke before, I'm on it, man. I'm on your shit hard,
Thank you, bro.
Talk him up.
Yes, sir.
Talk him up, Link.
Trust me. I'm looking him up. I'm downloading. I'm supporting. Hard body.
That's
What's
love.
up, Link?
Man.
You're a citizen, Link.
Appreciate you, Link. Thank you, man.
We got Ruben, the Road Warrior. Ruben, what up?
What's happening, baby? How y'all doing?
What's poppin'? It's Ruben, baby.
Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Hey, Uncle Sway, how you doing this morning? Auntie had to be how y'all living. All the time, how y'all living this morning, man?
Man, small with big dreams, baby. Counting our blessings. You already know.
All right, amen to that, amen to that. Hey, I just want to give you a quick shout-out, Oz. Hold on, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do you one even better, my brother, because I'm about to pull off this fucking highway right now.
That's crazy.
Shit.
So that my phone don't cut out when I'm having this conversation with you.
Oh, that's real.
Wow.
He's a real one.
Yeah, road boy. He's pulling off the highway. That's
I'm a road warrior. I'm an over-the-wheel driver,
they don't pull over because they trying to get to the money fast. So for
Right.
him to pull over,
That's a big
I'm
truck.
going for this.
all right, go.
Brother, young bull. I'm not going to call you brother. Young bull.
Oh, man.
When I heard Olive Oil the first time, right, I was like, wait a minute. Is he really rapping or is he preaching?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, keep in mind, 40-year-old brother from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the church myself.
Gotcha.
So I had to revert back to listening to the song again. And it made me think back to my days when I was on active duty, not deployed. You understand what I'm saying? And my mom and my grandmother and them, pastors and whatnot, put that olive oil in their hands, the purest oil in the world, put their hands on my crown and prayed over me before I deployed when I first deployed to Iraq. You understand me? So to hear you rap about that, brother, you keep yourself covered. You keep yourself covered. You keep yourself covered, young brother.
Ruben. Talk to him, Ruben.
You keep yourself fucking covered with the blood of the Lamb, dog. Because your sky is your limit. Whoever prayed over you, whoever kept their hands over you, just like my mom, my grandmother, my parents, my dad, cousins, whoever. I've made it to Iraq 3 times. I'm over this road. I'm home. I go see my kids. Whatever the case may be, brother, you continue to stay covered. You continue to stay blessed. And the music that you're making is the music that the streets need to hear. All this other bullshit that's out is bullshit. What you're talking is what you're preaching, and you keep preaching that shit, my dog.
Ruben, you a citizen, as you already know, man.
Sway in the morning.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Ruben. That's crazy. I was tearing up when he was talking to me, bro. Dead ass.
Man, I've gotten so much chills off of this. It's interesting because it was a lot of moving parts to get you to this point. Even before you met us, you was out there doing it, doing ciphers, making music, as you said, in your basement. Rich Knights brought you up here. I talked about that one time. You was able to fill in a spot that was empty because what happened? Somebody didn't show up that day or something,
Wow.
Kelly?
I didn't know that was the case.
That was the case, and Rich brought him up. I was going dookie on him, but, you know, I was like, I needed somebody to fill the void. And
Get on the mic, boy.
Nah, I'm joking. And then shout out to Kelly Kincaid, who's helped put all the mechanics of this project together.
Shout out to the big dog.
And introduce you to Rod the producer.
Shout out to
Rod the producer, who you guys were able to, who's worked with plenty of folks. He's session musician as well, producer, DJ. Give him a mic. Rod the producer. And Kelly heard something in his production that thought would match well with you. As a give him bring him over here. Yeah, bring him over here.
Bring your ass, bro.
Front of the camera.
DB, you don't mind? Let him sit right there, DB.
Hey, yo, get up, DB.
Wow.
My fault.
DB about to fit. You see that? DB was about to take your neck off. Don't take this movie guy for some. All right. And what's up, Rod, the producer? Give him a round of applause. So you guys work together. Kelly, great vision. I remember what she first said. I think this guy might have what it takes to help our Oswin elevate his sound. And I was like, why? And then she played me some of your stuff. And I was like, yo, that kid is nice. Mm-hmm. You know, you, Rod, the producer.
Exactly.
Oswin, what was it that you wanted to accomplish sonically? Because it's something in the vibration of the music, that the frequency that you guys have been able to touch on, that's having a person like Ruben call and different folks and Link call and say what it is. What did you want to do sonically to separate you?
I don't even think we was focused on that. I think we connected on a spiritual level. You know what I mean? So when we were making music, it was through either conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, even now, like, before we do a show, like, we'll say a prayer real quick. You know what I mean? Like, when things is going crazy, I get Rod on the phone and we talk, we pray about things. So making music, it was just like, yo, bro, you remember when your mom used to, like, pray for us with the olive oil and all that? It's like, yeah, that's crazy. I bet. Make a record about it. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like we was going through things as this album was going on, from relationship stuff to talks about creatives to just, like, feeling like, yo, Oz, you really done some things. Like talk about that, flex a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, so it wasn't like this is the sound we're going for and we're going to do that. It was just like, yo, we just going to make music and talk about how we feel. And it ended up, you know what I'm saying, Godfrey was born through that.
As a producer, some of my, Metro Boomin, Jake One, Murder Beats. I can name a slew of producers that are just killing it right now. Mm-hmm. And they got their own sound about them. 40 up and with Drake, they got their own sound about them. Mm-hmm. And I know spiritually, y'all was driven by a spiritual force, but I also know from a business perspective and as a producer trying to find your, establish your identity. Mm-hmm. Was it a concern of you to stay away from doing things that you heard these other folks do, where most people will gravitate towards it and try to emulate it so they could co-opt the fame and the success? What was your concern?
We didn't have that concern because we both literally were on the same page. We both we stick with what's in here in our heart. We pull that out. We don't care what everybody else is doing. And just like what he said, we went through the same things. We're spiritual. We pray before every show. Mm-hmm. So it was easy. We don't really listen to a lot of the radio anyway. We don't listen to a lot of that stuff. We just, because it's not real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's real, but you know what I'm saying. You can't feel it.
You can't feel
it. It make you move though, but you can't feel it.
Mm-hmm. You know and that was important. Your stage show too. One of the things I've seen through Oswin, Heather, we seen him perform. How would you describe his stage show?
I've seen Oswin perform a lot, but for me, when I told him when he walked off the stage that year at Soundset, I was like, you walked out in front of 10,000 people, and I would say 9,500 of them had never heard of you. And I literally watched him draw people in word for word. Like, it was amazing to watch people stop what they were doing, look up from their phones and draw, and have to look up and pay attention, like, who is this exactly, word for word. And I've hit him a couple times just on the side, just to the caller's point, to Ruben, cover yourself, keep yourself covered, because you recognize when there's somebody out there fighting a fight that not many people will recognize or understand. Mm-hmm. And as an artist and as a creator, a blank piece of paper is the scariest thing in the world, because you could choose to have people moving and not feeling, or have you feel, but not necessarily, you may not see the movement. Mm-hmm. And I think what's happening with Osmond is that they're starting to see the movement. Like they're feeling it, and now they're starting to see this movement coming. It's like, yo, you heard of this kid? And they like Oswin, yo, I know who it is now. So it's just beautiful to watch it. You know, it's just beautiful. It's something to watch.
Oswin Benjamin, we're on the eve of the Godfrey album, but you can pre-order it right now. It's out at midnight. One of the milestone moments I would imagine for you is, I remember this, and Kelly Kike, you remember this, when you worked BET to get Osman on the Cypher, right? On the BET Cypher. And you were with Locksmith and Dead Prez. And I remember Thugger was in the front row. Snoop was in the front row. Yeah. Gucci was backstage.
Gucci!
Khaled was like on the side.
Gotta give Gucci a holler.
You know, who other faces did you see?
I seen Busta Rhymes there.
Yo,
I was backstage next to Kendrick.
Wow.
And that's a whole nother story. Like, I've almost crossed paths with this dude so many times.
Yeah.
I was backstage with him. I'm going over my verse because I'm nervous as shit. And he looked like part of the stage crew. He had his hoodie on. He was just backstage with his hands in his pocket. And I think I bumped him while I was rapping. And I was like, yo, my fault. He was like, no, it's all good. And I had no clue it was him. And I was just like, yo, that's one of the dudes I was just like, yo, I want to chop it up with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to sit down with him and really have a conversation with him. And the fact that I was that close to him and I didn't even know, like, that shit was crazy. But I seen him there. It was a lot of people, man.
I always say, to me, my opinion, Kendrick there's no other rapper's voice that I could say, in my opinion, is more important than his in recent years. So I can understand why you say that. Sure. And then when you did bump him, there was like 3 buildings that was surrounding him that was coming towards you. And I kind of put my hand up like, he's with me, he's with me, he's with me.
3 buildings.
But just what year did that happen?
That was
2017?
2017.
I promised my mama I wasn't gonna curse on television. But Trump with a condom out of the self system. Embodied the body of Christ, but job it just felt religion. But this is scripture from a stand-up that's Kaepernick. Presidential ties, no one with this flow, I could've rapped for Nixon. I told Malcolm Little I had to get it. By any means, I'm Rodney King and with Martin's dream, Sonny listen. Punchlines couldn't find the Muhammad from Sonny listening. Stratosphere looking Freddy, gray hair like the scalp of Regis. Rained on my wheel of fortune till we felt dropped from the ceiling. But this Panther been by me stealing, no silly me. Reporting within these streets, but they gon' crucify me once I cross to this industry. Then hang me there, with both my hands to the sky, cause Lord knows it's boom, bye-bye. From Andy Piglet, if your pigment like mine. Jesus Christ, Christopher Wallace and I. See, we all alike, cause with all this faith around us, we were born ready to die in America, my God. Hey.
Oswin Benjamin, BET Cypher. We're going to take more of your calls, 888-742-3345. We're going to see if he's still nice, though, Heather B. Sometimes when they finish an album, they lose their skill set. They get comfortable.
Not the real ones.
We're going to find out next. This song is called Yes Sir off the Godfrey album. Sway in the Morning, Shade 45.
God, should have been a man. Yes, sir.
Sway in the Morning. Oswin Benjamin. Oswin, give out your social.
Oswin Benjamin, OSWINBENJAMIN on everything. You know what I'm saying?
Rod, the producer, is here as well.
Yo, Sway, real quick, can I shout out the rest of the producers that was on the joint too?
Absolutely, man.
Shout out to KP. Shout out to International Show. Shout out to Justin Williams. Shout out to Dom. Made that. These dudes are incredible also, man. I couldn't let this interview go by and not shout them out and let them know that they appreciate it. I love y'all for real.
And on the mixing,
Q Million.
Big shout out.
Good looking on for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Banks. Shout out to, Rod too for sitting there through the pre-mixing, you know what I'm saying, to get it to where it needed to sound, you know what I mean? Like the mastering and all. Like, thank everybody that had a hand in this. Shout out to Belief for always giving me clothes. You know what I'm saying? So I could look cool during these interviews. Shout out to Belief out there in Queens. Thank y'all, Star Rios for the shades. Thank y'all, for real.
Rich Nice.
Shout out to Rich Nice. Couldn't be here without you. Uncle Richie.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't be here without you.
I'm taking
Uncle Richie.
Uncle
you know what I mean?
Yo,
Ooh,
Rich,
that
no,
feels
Rich, it's interesting because I'm hard. Like if you bring it, if Rich, somebody that's like family brings it to me, I'm looking at him with a smirk immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you're just looking out for the dude. You're doing him a favor.
For sure.
That's what I be thinking. But when he first brought you to the table, yeah, this has been the best person that he's invited up here, I think.
Wow. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. You could be the only good person. You know. Oswin Benjamin is here. Rod, the producer, is here as well.
Sway, we also have to make sure for the citizens, you know, a lot of them said they just heard of Oswin for the first time today. Talk about the meaning behind the title of the album, Godfrey.
Okay. So it's two meanings. I looked it up, and the word Godfrey, it means peace of God, if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like a lot of the message, you know, between like a lot of the things I talk about is based around that. It's just peace. Even if I sound conflicted, you know what I mean? Like the end goal is always to find peace. I feel like nothing is more important than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so peace of God is what Godfrey means, and it also happens to be my middle name. So it's crazy. Like, just I wanted to tell my story in this joint. So it's just like, yeah, it's the peace of God, and that's the generality of it. But when you get track by track and you can hear from, you know what I'm saying, where I started off at, you know what I'm saying, the things I heard in the crib to my journey through relationship situations, through being a creative, even to like, you know what I'm saying, like getting all the way here, being from a place where I felt like nobody knew who I was. You know what I mean? Like I did all of this not for my city, but being a part of it so they can know what I stand for, and just to like, oh yeah, like I didn't even know he was from here. You know what I mean? Like to just that journey. I just wanted to bring people with me through the triumphs, you know what I'm saying, from having my own crib at one time, knowing what that felt like to wake up with a smile on my face, to being at some of the lowest points I've ever been in. You know what I mean? Like I just wanted to walk y'all through there and give y'all me. I feel like every artist that has, or to me, that's been around was the artist that you can learn from by them giving you them. You know what I mean? Like Jay-Z is one of my favorite people, and it's because you grew with him from Reasonable Doubt to 444. He's not the same person, and he opened himself up so that you can see this growth and you can grow with him. And I took a page from that making this. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Oswin Benjamin, you can follow him the way it sound. You know, we got this thing we do on the show. I know you watch the show. I know y'all sit up and watch Sway's Universe. I could tell.
I did.
All right, and we do this thing called what, Anthony?
The mystery sack.
Hello.
Oh,
Go ahead and reach in.
Dig deep, dig deep.
Put your hands into Sway's sack.
That sounds gross.
It's Sway's Mystery Sack on Shade 45.
Time to pay the piper.
All right, Osman. This is not your first time here, but this is your first time actually sitting in that chair next to Sway. So for all first-time guests, you have to stick your hand in the sack, pull out 3 questions, one at a time, read it out loud, and you have to answer honestly.
All right. Here go question. Here go question
That's
number
what we're going to
one.
see some of that ratchet.
Citizens be coming up with this.
All right. If you had to wave a magic wand at your dream girl and turn her nipples into either Skittles, Jolly Ranchers, or M&Ms, which would you choose and why?
I told you the righteousness was going to come out at some point. We heard righteousness.
All right, now it's all good. I will probably I probably fuck with Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
Because of different flavors?
Because of the consistency. You know what I mean?
The texture of the Jolly Rancher.
Just the consistency. Like, you know how long you got to eat a Jolly Rancher for the flavor to go away?
Oh.
Yeah,
You could be there for a while.
Okay, I didn't even think of that.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where
You
my
can't
brain
even really
be at.
bite them when you first get them. You got
You take your
That
time.
tongue be
you
like,
gotta be
you gotta be
intimate.
careful what color you get too.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
you don't want the green tongue, right?
The blue is that blue one.
I mean, you know,
Blue
I'm gonna just
tongue.
get this
All right,
other
next question.
joint.
Yeah,
Blue
get the-
Tongue next album coming out.
Blue Tongue featuring Blueface.
Yeah, I can see that.
Bet. Who are 3 rappers you're definitely better than? I'm better than Denzel Porter. I'm better than Chris Rivers. And you know what I'm saying?
What about Annoyed?
And I'm better than Annoyed.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay.
What we
Annoyed
talking
might
about?
call you. Annoyed might call.
Facts. What we talking about?
They're all friends. They tell each other they're better than each other every day. So that was an easy album.
Annoyed really be mad though.
Yeah. I love you though. Connecticut, stand up.
All right.
What's the best and worst thing about being Oswin Benjamin? This is a good question. The best thing is I could really be me and not give a fuck about what's being socially accepted. It's a freedom there. That's the best thing about being me.
Okay.
The worst thing about being me is I think now that my hair grew past my shoulders, I'm getting a lot of attention. You know what I mean?
Your hair?
My hair.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Ratchetness, I
so
keep
now,
telling y'all.
so now, you know what I mean? I'm in a place now. My beard is growing in. I'm starting to look like a man now.
Okay.
So with that comes, you know what I'm saying? A lot of temptation. So I'm just doing the best that I can to be the best that I can.
Yeah. So your hair did it, huh? Samson had the same problem in the Bible.
So you get it.
Yeah, I'm there. I know.
You get it.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
There it is. Mystery Sack with Oswin Benjamin. Have we covered all our bases?
Nope.
You said no.
No, we haven't.
We got something else to do?
We got some work to do, Oswin Benjamin.
Oh, yeah?
For years, I often used you as the example.
Okay.
I used you as the bar.
Let me put this away so people don't think I'm reading on.
Yeah.
Home plate.
To all the young artists out there, you could be yourself and bring skills to the table and people will still love you. It's not a problem if you're an innovator. It's not a problem if there's something about you that's unique.
Facts.
And that's why on this show, and I know a lot of artists and a lot of management and a lot of labels for some reason put a taint on us, and that's because you can't see the forest beyond the trees. When we have these artists come up here and we challenge them, it's for your benefit, management and record labels, because it's only going to make them better artists.
Facts.
And when you come up here, you know where you are. It's not just Sirius XM. You in the Valley of the Hyena.
Yeah.
This is a celebration. Get the applause going for this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, I work.
Not one, not two, not three, not four.
Oh, man.
You have now entered.
You are now entering the 5 fingers of death.
DJ wanted to stand up for this.
We done got ready for this. We done prepped for this.
I saw the look in his eyes. This guy's crazy.
Yes.
Many have tried,
I'm the best. This is just another chance for me to prove it.
but many have failed.
Some hip hop.
It's the 5 fingers of death.
Challenging all rappers in the game right now that
Let's
say
do
they
it.
got skills. Put your skills up next to these skills right here and then reevaluate. It's a new MC in the game right now. Goes
Let's
by the
get it.
name of Oswin Benjamin. DJ Wonder, drop that first beat. 5 fingers of death.
Can I get a little volume in my there we go. Check it out. I always wanted to do this. You already know what time it is. Oswin Benjamin, Shade 45, Sirius XM. We here with Sway in the morning and the family. I love you. I love you all. Let's get to work. Hey, look. It took depression running this course. Pawn and family go for some months to ride on an iron horse. Disregarding my reality to cling to the gospel. God spoke for Sway to say come through. Now I'm here, the condom broke. See, these is pro-method scene. No activist. Stop leaning on niggas since Tony Hawk was on Activision. Foresight with no execution is just a hallucination. Why have dreams if you ain't gon' act the vision? So I tatted my hands for the motivation. These corporations ain't shit, fuck a day shift, hey bitch. This sass song too potent for seasonal wages. I pay for showcases of unemployment compensation. Facts, building 400 on Fordham Road, my second home. My resume ain't get it, retain information going forth. Daily planning, shame niggas, I sing at my lowest. Lane switching, facts, I decided to ascend. They digress to being fly, but still I hold kryptonite with them same fingers that I used to take frames off. I seen red flags on blocks, they crypt on these blues too cryptic. But if I fall off my high horse, they still wheelchair for this Christopher Reeves, revealing pain in them. Operating system, been that iOS to win. Now my Macintosh are from different gardens, these jobs pay different. Rest in peace. I seen the vista relapse, learning to see silver lining through the clouds. Lauren London, my grind, and fell in love with the hustle. I marathon through back blocks, found God off the scenic route. Second eviction, counter rappers and Bible scriptures. Hit the weed, saw Satan. Old hoes, I hit up. Block more times than Muggsy, messages ain't get delivered. The victim to a lot of angles, a lot of filters, a lot of secrets. I second guess about tell a dude. Chat trip in the inbox, way that they left me red and blue. Deliberated, dismembering those degenerates. Going Chris Angel on hoes that knows I'm heaven sent. 21 caught
chlamydia from a bird. And I ain't let my woodpecker ever since sway. I wasn't getting no ass at all. Now they on my balls to see how far the pendulum swings. Look, I've been through a whole lot of shit. I maneuver through manure for a grip now, nigga. Almost lost the missus trying to craft the hits, my nigga. Petrified of what this wave may bring. There's two type of boats, and I was told you gotta choose one. It's album sales or relationships, my nigga. Or you could do both if you got the strength to backstroke. But that wouldn't pan until you sure I'm tired of these titles that woke streaming is dry. But I rock with it till the wave subsides. Until they see the hope that resides in every line I hold a nine. That's a flagrant on Ray John. Disrespect my stripes, got a tech insight for your mind. Blow the whistle, niggas too short to see eye to eye with divinity that resides inside the eyes where the ratchet and righteous do intertwine. I'm the perfect marriage of humanism and God. Look, channel the Holy Ghost on my own. That's Oprah Winfrey's network, and Oprah Winfrey's net worth is found inside every line that I scribes. I've danced with devils, now techniques immortalized, still up, pen and flows, blueprints, try and be the coolest. Fort Terrence was Lucius, young O was studying Hove, no disc jockey dashing, moving clueless, an overwhelmed, undeveloped student, pursuing music, still in motion like a running man, but son was the son of sham. I was murdering any beat that I see, nigga, raising a bar, bench pressing my pen's message they see Sunday, know it's the end of them weak niggas, whoa, let that sink in. I'm constructing these euphemisms for you to listen. I use the truth to expose the gimmicks, imploded feelings, revealing the sin and Christian, double-crossing God like two Nazarenes in a crucifixion. Before the locks couldn't get the pee or a kiss for nothing. When I would kill a mic at every show and CeeLo Green, this big boy would dream to get his family out the dungeon. Make niggas look up to the bars on some bottom bunk shit. Look, a backslider with the soul of Michael. I gave him the feel without a single Jackson. I gave him beauty in the midst of the struggle. I gave him starting with feet planted, still on the planet. Gave him eyes when I was losing myself. Even when I lied to the hoes, still stay true to myself. Mama called me a pioneer back when Tyson was biting ears. Went to church for that Holyfield. She knew my soul needed help. She knew America's focus on the exterior designs. Put a filter on everything for the sake of a life. We so worried about the lawn, we ain't even fixing the life. We so worried about this wall, we ain't even fixing the pipes. Look, I ain't political. I'm just a God with a sinner's view. Ridicule for how the spirit move. You ever seen a survivor through a Robin Williams type of depression? Well, his dead poet is living proof. I did my dirt on a come up though. A Doug Trio skied it, left mayonnaise on some patties. A Doug Trio, offset by their ways. Know when they take off bras for amigos, that's when I take off like amigos. The same for any little nigga trying to politic and build Danny. Get the veto. I've been the type of Llanos to speak life to a Vigo. Paint the picture so real, no way it don't touch the people. I remember getting suspended in 7th grade for indecent exposure. I couldn't care at all. So showing my ass ain't nothing new to me, pause. I ain't got a problem bearing it all. Fake jerseys, fake products, more. Watching dry DeMar Berry and all the letters came off. But now, I'm grown fly, maggot mind with a drones fly. Cross my fingers praying you clones die when I close eyes. Oh my, this that student loan flow without the cosign. Close pins hanging eyes eye polos on clotheslines. 11th item in the 10th item maximum clothesline. Layaway payments for people proxy before the snow time. People right and playing. Mama praying the rain will stop falling in the kitchen before the flow dry. Stomping shorty since Kirk Franklin. Look like old plies. Life resemble that K-Dot pub I bought for my damn right. He back at it. A reincarnate. Wreak havoc, that genius that reads backwards. All that sodium y'all throwing on my podium, potent enough to live on the surface of soul teen crackers. How you survive in an industry full of posers and meat jackets? I usher in my sound and let the heat clap them. I too got caught with that round of applause. That's what happens when you fire and you this raw, my fault. A little too much Tracy, I be wildin'. The type of nigga to black out on a Ku Klux from the hood. Where overpriced sativa leave you buried for good. Genocide and cognac and backwoods and shit. I ain't no better. After this I might go cop a little bottle or whatever. This is Brownsville meets Selma. Righteous as monogamy. With a little infidelity in my placenta. That balance you can't get rid of. And with God being my anchor, man, it's Bruce somebody you carry substance through all your feelings. I'm too good. And like a white author in 42 with a tight noose, I don't feel right hanging with niggas. More concerned with a perfect facade than a flawed picture. See, every masterpiece has its blemishes, Mona Lisa. Pain is foolish, but we ain't stupid. There's a difference from lack of knowledge and not having that access to it. Cause look, what we know about us and what they know about ourselves, it never falls in the lines of being congruent. Closer we get to learning that truth, but our reality in reality turn us to casualties, then remove it. Nah, display a portion in books, then dilute it. Make every attempt to decline every incline movement. Follow a Western European rendition of Jesus with an Oval Office that walks in the steps of Judas. Told salvation, but toss the races to bruises. The hammer used to crucify has been the gavel. We took those chains and pedaled with pure will to survive in a bar you said that we can't handle. Peep the cycle, the psychological damage that's been done. Due to this narrative, it's a scary one, but it's genius. Fuckers were so unfair of us. They found a way to make us inferior, taking lions out of the jungle, labeling them a threat. In environments you designed to be ruptured. Environments you designed to be ruptured. But until my lions learn how to write from their own perspectives, every story read to be glorifying a hunter. Look, to be honest, I might not read the comments. I know they wanted that ruthless eyes with no ledge, but instead I'm Holly Holmes to those heads Ron Danette. Stepped on platforms to kick knowledge, and still I'm flying enough to make any woman's esophagus a landing strip for my cockpit. Look, y'all ain't worthy, y'all Fergie, singing fake anthems in the wrong Francisco key. I try to tune y'all out with that fuckery. Now fuck it, tell them shut up. The old 2 Black Eyed Peas, you big. I'm more Guyanese than male shin tops. I pick locks to basements, but we'll keep that low key. The same shot as that roll flower will roll up on you and clap a nigga like the proper way to make roll T, boy. That's some culture for your ass. How you plan to build a monumental future on the sculptures of your past? But you gon' stand outside forever, reminiscing on the one you assisted, personifying Stockton sculpture of a past. Talking all of that jazz, but you couldn't hold a band if it grew legs and hopped into your Hancock. Herbie Black Beetle, I'm McCartney in the flat top, gassing in the buggy with my Miles and Davis heading to heaven. Ain't this some shit? Godfrey on the way, now you mother Teresa's ain't got nothing to say now. The tale is told, the tale of this hairless ironically grew by dreading its growth, but I'm here now. Low self-esteem, something like macchiatos, but I've grown to a man. Bare hands, put a beard down. I'm clean like accessories, who I am now. The son of man and the son of God. I'm Uncle Sam's nephew with a credit score lower than eyelids from my kin that get high all of the time trying to get the Zion. The nappy headed, know the Don I'm is. I recite shit to rearrange the climate. Section 8, Con Ed bill flow. Fuck the polite shit, I write shit I believe is the right shit. And I admit, since the accolades that I ain't been in, I've gotten way too serious. Homicide ciphers, they say I'm way too serious. From satellite radio to those TV appearances, judges don't sway cause of my lifetime sentences. Unaware of the gold inside the dock in my penmanship, and they don't get the shit, they all got a problem. They don't see how y'all gravitate in the odds when from Ogden to Austin, the text is sent to my inbox calling me the best without a label or album. How could one with a gun charge and one of the deans just hear my shit and love still be the outcome? God, she ain't a track that can't get outrun. Boy, I'm Jesse Owens with the souls and fingers wave at him here cause ain't a style that can't get outdone. See, there was God, there was Moses, then it's me, but I split a different sea when palms put to the rod, man. No bullshitting, no bullpitting. I hit home when I touch bases. No tobacco, jump, truth spitting till there's no sense, stop pulpitting. This Keith Haring's been deaf to the doubt. Paint a mural so dope, pen and needle, Lupe a smile. Sosa IT, black thought, blacked out and inspire me. Condolences if you follow behind me. R.I.P. to Nipsey and those casualties in and out of rap. I know it may sound cheesy, but rest easy, Mac. They don't pray for us, they pray on us. They scream rest in power to give power to vices that dig the grave for us. All those memorials and murals is cool from y'all niggas sleep, but when you gon' find the gumption to wake for us? Don't wait until awake to pray for us. Don't wait until Jesus walks the yay for us. Clap for me an encore before I'm a part of the funeral, part of the call. Let me smell the rose. And let your praise be the praise I redirect to Messiah before he take me home. Nigga.
Shit, Oswin Benjamin! Oh! We ever done a standing ovation quite like this. Oswin Benjamin speaking that truth. I'ma put it out right now, right in front of Rick Fox, right in front of Holly Robinson Pete. There's not another rapper out rapping this man right here, Oswin Benjamin. If you think you are, come on up here. Give it up for Oswin Benjamin. Yes.
Thank y'all.
I had to put my shades on here. There's too much light illuminating this.
It was beautiful.
Oh my God.
All right.
One of our greatest, man. Right here.
Yo, they don't even know. His headphones came off in the middle of the rap. He didn't lose a beat and took mine off my head.
No.
Man.
That might have been, how many beats was that, Wonder? 9 beats. That might have been, that. I don't know if we had one more powerful.
Wow.
I'm going to go, I'm not even saying it because it's you. I don't know if we had one more powerful on this show.
We haven't.
We haven't had anything.
People rap to more beats, but it wasn't as powerful as this.
Impactful,
No,
yes.
no.
Yes.
No.
Show coming out right there. Oswin Benjamin, congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you.
I had to have Holly Robinson Pete come in and Rick Fox. These are family members of ours. And I knew something special was happening, and I just wanted to make sure they was in the video.
That's
Rick, you cool with that, man? All right.
Oh, man.
All right. I just wanted to make sure they was in the video.
Man. Wow.
What you guys are witnessing right now is the changing of the guard. The pendulum is swinging right now in the rap game, and he's at the forefront of the change you're going to start seeing when people have more substantive content in their lyrics, but at the same time some ratchetness. But the skill set is so high, Rick. You know what I mean? Like, only so many people can make it to the NBA. You know what I mean? You got to have a high skill set, and that's who he is, Oswin Benjamin. Congratulations.
Man, thank God, man.
Maybe Holly Robinson Peter order your album. This new album, Godfrey, is out at midnight, but y'all can pre-order it right now if y'all want to do it. Man. Yeah.
Rick Fox is in the building.
Yeah, man. Oswin, congratulations.
Yes.
You got a lot of people on the phone lines. I'm going to tell them to hit you up directly on your social. Give out your social again.
Man, Oswin Benjamin on everything. OSWINBENJAMIN. Sway, thank you so much. Kelly, thank you. Wonder, thank you. Cortez, OQ, DB, Rich, Rod, Heather, Tracy, Rick Fox.
Holly Robinson Pete.
Holly Robinson
Rick is
Pete,
cute, but that's
man.
Holly Robinson Pete over there, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
Yeah,
and
man. Matt over there on our intern.
Matt, my fault, bro. I love you.
You got some shows coming up too? Where's he gonna be at? Where can they find him?
You're going to see him in Miami at that Rolling Loud Festival. All those people going to New Orleans in July for Essence Festival. Check him out at one of the showcases underground. Okay?
We traveling, nigga.
The album is called Godfrey. Citizens, pre-order it now.